Nigel Farage has described Britain's plan to perform an extraordinary U-turn and backtrack on its plan to introduce full border checks with the EU from January 1 over fears of the economic impact of coronavirus as the first betrayal. Former UKIP leader Nigel Farage tweeted, "The first betrayal, this is a very bad sign." After it emerged Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove is anticipated to make an announcement on Friday over border operations for when Brexit fully comes into effect at the end of the transition period. The UK had committed to introduce import controls on EU goods in the new year, but ministers are now expected to adopt a more flexible approach over concerns businesses will be compounded by further chaos on top of COVID-19. A government source told the Financial Times, "We recognise the impact that coronavirus has had on UK businesses, and as we take back control of our laws and our borders at the end of this year, we will take a pragmatic and flexible approach to help business adjust to the changes and opportunities of being outside the single market and the customs union. This means instead of full checks, temporary light-touch checks will be made at UK ports for incoming EU goods." Officials admitted that goods to the EU from the UK are likely to face full checks as they enter into France. Mr Gove will have the second joint committee agreed under the withdrawal agreement with European Commission Vice President Maros Sefcovic on Friday. UK sources said that unless both sides agree to another such meeting before the end of July, it will be the last opportunity to request an extension to the transition period. Prime Minister Boris Johnson has repeatedly insisted he will not ask for a Brexit delay, despite businesses and critics warning of the dangers of a departure without a trade agreement in place. A virtual summit between the Prime Minister and EU Chief Ursula von der Leyen to try to break the deadlock in trade negotiations has been scheduled for Monday. The negotiating teams have also agreed to an intensified timetable for July with possible discussions in person if public health guidelines enable them during the coronavirus pandemic. European Council President Charles Michel and the President of the European Parliament, David Maria Sassoli, will also join the political talks.